Hi cuties. So, I've always lived life by one philosophy, that being, whenever you feel a little burnt out from video games, just simply play an immersive sim and it'll snap you right back into your love for the medium, I promise. I am so serious. The next time you feel overwhelmed with a backlog, or perhaps when you think, man, I'm unked now, games aren't for me anymore, go whip out that copy of Deus Ex, big bro, or better yet, Dishonored, and tell me you won't feel reinvigorated by the end of your session. Now, another one of my favorite genres is the survival horror one. I'm sure you all know that if you are a fan of the channel. And I'm a fiend when it comes to finding new indie horror experiences on the Steam pages and whatnot. That brings us to this wonderful little gem that I stumbled upon titled AD INFERNUM, which released February 29th of last year. Now, I don't know how this game fell under my radar for so long until now, but boy oh boy am I ecstatic that I found it. It mixes the best of both worlds from these genres, the M-Sims and the spooky horrors. When I first watched the trailer, it didn't really show me too much, which is perfect because I'm the type of feller to want to just dive right in with little to no pre-existing knowledge for maximum immersion. So that is exactly what I did. Now, before I go two balls deep in, I will let you cuties know, as I always do, that I'll try not to spoil too much here. Reason being, I want you to experience this wonderful video game for yourself. But if you'd rather listen to my dumbass yap about it, I gotcha. So it starts you off in the back of this car listening to a man yap for a few minutes about the most nonsensical, random shit. I mean, he is flapping his gums way too much. My fried Gen Z brain was getting a little irritated thinking it was never gonna end. Spoiler alert, he gets his head blasted open. I mean, it turns straight to spaghetti from a piece of debris in a car crash. Then boom, you wake up in this weird cage situation and you hear this woman's voice emitting from a nearby radio, and she gets you on track to get started in the video game. She'll be the voice in your head type thing that keeps the plot moving forward. But first, the game immediately starts to flex both its genres by letting you rummage through drawers, combine items, and play around with the physics when you chuck a cinder block through a window to solve a puzzle. I thought this was a brilliant little tutorial area thing, a nice blend and foreshadowing to show you what to expect moving forward, you know? Eventually, they get you into a classic Resident Evil style save room that has a calming little song and everything. It also has a crafting / disassembly system using different materials from items you'll pick up throughout the game, but I barely needed to use it to tell you the truth. That's a lot of the gameplay formula, picking shit up and finding various ways to solve puzzles in the environment. I will let you guys know right now too, this game is incredibly short. I mean, I wasn't even necessarily speedrunning it at all and found most of the secrets, I'm pretty sure, and I knocked it out in a little under 2 hours. There are multiple endings and a new game plus with a shop you can fuck around with, but this really is a short-ass video game. I adore that personally, it's not a slight at all, and for 10 smackarooskies, I would definitely say you get your money's worth here. But yeah, this game takes place at a random gas station in the middle of the desert, and enemies are like these weird little demon creepy fuckers I can't even describe verbally to tell you the truth. Some of them you'll be able to kill permanently, however the bigger ones are just going to be incapacitated and will eventually come back on some Mr. X shit. There is a bit of a stealth system here, playing off how much sound you make and how visible you are, but it is pretty finicky. I mean, I was utilizing the peek mechanic the game had, and they're still going to be able to see your dumbass. That's one of the cons or critiques I do have, the enemy variety. Simply put, it's not unique, and there's only like 3 different types of enemies, so don't go expecting a litany of special creatures and shit, you smell me? It didn't take away from the experience too much, especially with the length of this game, but perhaps it's something the devs can take into consideration if they decide to make a similar game in this style again. I definitely think they should, by the way. They might have struck gold here. You can obviously tell they are huge fans of Prey or Arcane or just immersive sims in general, you know, because they have the 4-element crafting system from Prey. They let you enter certain rooms in several different paths and encourage you to fuck around with the map, and I love that. So if you take damage, there's obviously a health bar, duh, but similar to Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem, there's also a nerve meter here. I guess it's kind of like Amnesia as well, but this is such a sick implementation that I wish more horror games would use. I purposely let my nerves plummet in this game just to see what would happen, and it fucked with me by making it seem like my health was at 0, jump scares would pop up, and I mean, it's cheesy but charming as a motherfucker, you gotta respect it. Speaking of cheesy, the story is not the star here, okay? It's about as cliche as you'd expect from a retro indie survival horror game. I mean, don't go expecting mouthwashing levels of nuance here in the writing, okay? I love some corny-ass dialogue in my horror movies and games though, so it's not really a critique from Jack the Ripper personally. I just wanted to point it out, you know? Back to the gameplay though, more specifically, the gunplay. There are melee weapons and about 3 guns that I was able to find. while they get the job done, it doesn't really feel the greatest to play with, if that makes any sense. This game was made in Unity Engine, and the gunplay maneuvers as if it's from a Roblox horror game. I'm not even trying to troll. Like I said, it gets the job done, and I wasn't repulsed by it or anything, but I definitely would have loved if it was just a bit more snappy and responsive. First-person melee combat in a horror game is always appreciated by me though. Shout out Condemned Criminal Origins, bitch. And there's even an upgrade system by way of these weapon upgrade kits, which I think is really, really sick. Also, there's like a pack-a-punch system almost. I drank this potion and my fucking pistol turned into a damn Call of Duty skin. What the fuck? I guess that's something I should bring up as well. I think they spam you with so many tutorials in the beginning of the game. There's all these different systems, you know, but so much of it feels half-baked or underutilized because the game is so damn short. Like I said in the beginning, I didn't really fuck with the crafting that much except for when I made my double-barrel shotgun. They give you enough materials and goodies to find on the map alone, and the game ends before you truly start to get a grasp of everything it's throwing at you. I am not mad the game is short though, do not get me wrong. I think it probably could have just had a few things taken out to make it feel like a more cohesive project in my humble opinion. Maybe I don't make any fucking sense at all, and that's fair, not gonna lie. AD INFERNUM is one of the most creative indies I've played in a while. I can't really say I've ever seen an immersive sim take on the survival horror approach ever. I would love to see the devs tackle this exact same style of game, but with a tighter story and a longer game on a bigger map, you smell me? It needed to be more than just a gas station in an underground section. Like, it doesn't even have to be too gigantic or anything, just give me more to fuck around with, man. So for a 2-hour-ish experience that's really damn fun and creative, I think $10 is a fair asking point. This game has a lot of speedrunning potential too and challenges for those overachiever-ass gamers, but to give you the bullet list rundown here at the end, I think it's a very impressive concept that I've never seen before in my entire life, but perhaps it's more of a tech demo of what they could make in the future, you know what I mean? The enemy variety is pretty weak, the gunplay is aight, and the story really ain't all that crazy either. However, everything from exploration to puzzle solving feels so damn fun to play with, and I loved most of my time in this short little experience. I hate to critique this game at all because from what I could tell, the devs Glass Knuckle Games is a small little team with only a few projects out currently, so if y'all are watching, I love this shit, alright? Keep it up, for real. I might dive back in and check out the different endings, but I don't think it'll change too much since it's really from a choice you make at the very end. All in all though, if you love immersive sims or survival horror games, or both, I definitely say give this game a shot for sure. Not the spookiest horror game in the world, but it has an atmosphere that supplies enough tension to keep you on your toes but not shit your britches. You smell me? As far as the Certified Ripper ranking system goes, I would love to plug this short, cute little experience in at a fair 7 rips out of 10 rips. That's really all I got for you cuties though. Definitely check this game out if you can, and also comment down below any new indie horror games you got on your radar, because I'm always on the lookout for more dope ass video games like this one to review for y'all, okay? That's about it though, y'all. Drop a shotgun blast on a like button, perhaps kiss that subscribe, and I love you guys. Bye!